Let me tell you something most men don't want to hear. Women don't care what you do for them. You can spend money, give her attention, stay loyal, do everything right, and she can still lose interest. She can appreciate you and still walk away. Why? Because women aren't loyal to effort. We're loyal to emotion. We don't stay where we're most helped. We stay where we're most moved. That might sound harsh, but it's the truth. No one tells men. You've been taught that if you treat a woman well, she'll love you forever. But in reality, women don't bond through logic. We bond through feeling. If you give her everything, but she doesn't feel emotionally connected, respected, or desired, she'll start to detach quietly. Here's what's real. A woman will stay with a man who makes her feel alive, even if he gives her less materially, because her emotions are the glue, not your effort. She doesn't remember the dates or the gifts. She remembers the energy she felt when she was around you, and that's what this video is about. Understanding what women are truly loyal to. Once you see it from a woman's perspective, you'll stop chasing loyalty through effort and start inspiring it through presence. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, this is where we break down how women actually think and what really draws us to certain men. If you've ever wondered why doing everything right still didn't make her stay, keep watching. I'm going to show you exactly what triggers real emotional loyalty. And it's not what most men think. 1. She's loyal to the way you make her feel. Let's start with something every man needs to understand. A woman's loyalty isn't built on logic. It's built on emotion. We don't decide who to love or stay loyal to by thinking, he does this much for me. We stay where we feel the most alive, secure, and emotionally connected. You could be the most giving, reliable, and kind man, and she might still drift. Not because you weren't good enough, but because you didn't make her feel something real. Women crave emotional movement, curiosity, attraction, admiration, excitement. When that fades, her emotional connection fades with it. Picture this. A woman dates two men. One is consistent, thoughtful, and always available. The other is confident, unpredictable, and a little mysterious. She appreciates the first one, but thinks about the second one all day. Why? Because one gives her comfort, while the other makes her feel. And in a woman's world, feelings win every time. When we're emotionally charged, we invest. When we feel bored, we detach, even if the man is perfect on paper. That's why so many women stay loyal to men who make them feel emotionally challenged, even when those men don't do much. It's not the gifts or effort that hold our loyalty. It's the energy we feel when we're around you. So stop thinking loyalty comes from what you give her. It comes from who you are when you're with her. Your tone, your presence, your confidence, those things trigger her emotions. When she feels something deep around you, she connects to you, not what you do. The real secret is this. Women aren't loyal to men who make their lives easier. We're loyal to men who make us feel something unforgettable. 2. Effort doesn't create emotion. Here's where most men get it wrong. You believe effort equals love. You think if you give her more attention, buy her gifts, or solve her problems, she'll see how much you care and love you more. But women don't respond to effort alone. We respond to the emotion behind it. You can do everything for a woman and still make her feel nothing. Because when your effort comes from insecurity, when you're doing it to prove your worth, we feel that. It doesn't come across as love, it comes across as neediness. Women want to feel your strength, not your desperation. We're drawn to men who can give, but also hold back. A man who's generous without losing his self-respect. When you overdo it, constantly checking on her, pleasing her, or putting her above everything, it doesn't feel romantic. It feels like pressure. You have to understand this. Women are emotional translators. We feel the intention behind your actions. If you give from confidence, we're drawn in. If you give from fear, we pull away. So stop trying to earn emotion through doing. Connection isn't something you build by over-delivering. It's something you create by being emotionally aware and calm in your presence. When your effort comes from strength, it inspires emotion. When it comes from weakness, it kills it. 3. Respect is the real anchor. A woman can love you and still leave you, but she'll never stay loyal to a man she doesn't respect. Respect is the foundation of attraction. It's what makes us see you as a man worth following, trusting, and staying loyal to. When we respect you, we listen differently. We value your opinions. We think before we speak, and we treat your time with care. But when respect fades, everything else goes with it. Attraction, loyalty, even the emotional bond. You don't earn respect by doing everything she wants. You earn it by holding your ground, by not letting your emotions dictate your reactions, by walking away from disrespect calmly instead of trying to argue your worth. That's when a woman's mind shifts. She might test you, but when she sees you won't break, she feels a deep sense of admiration. And that's the beginning of real loyalty. Respect builds when a man has self-control, when he can show emotion without becoming emotional, when he can care deeply without begging for attention. Women trust strength that's quiet, consistent, and grounded. So if you want a woman's loyalty, forget trying to please her. Focus on earning her respect. Because once she respects you, love, attraction, and loyalty naturally follow. 4. Comfort isn't connection. A lot of men think that if they make a woman comfortable, she'll never leave. But comfort doesn't equal connection. You can make her feel safe, but if there's no emotional spark, no tension, no excitement, no curiosity, she'll still lose interest. Women crave both safety and stimulation. We want to feel emotionally secure, but also intrigued. We need that little edge that keeps us emotionally awake. If everything becomes predictable, your texts, your dates, your tone, she'll start to pull away, not because she's ungrateful, but because she's emotionally unstimulated. Comfort is about peace. Connection is about emotion. You can provide comfort all day long, but if she doesn't feel emotionally connected, she'll start seeking it elsewhere. Maybe not physically, but mentally. The men who hold women's attention are those who balance both. They create safety without becoming soft. They're consistent, but not predictable. They have emotional depth without oversharing. That's what keeps women loyal. A connection that feels alive, not just comfortable. So don't confuse her peace for passion. Comfort keeps her calm, but connection keeps her committed. 5. The challenge. She secretly craves. Men often misunderstand this. They think challenge means playing games or withholding affection. But the challenge women crave is emotional, not manipulative. It's the excitement of earning your attention, of feeling like your energy isn't easily bought. Imagine this. A man gives a woman everything she wants early on. Constant texts, endless compliments, total availability. At first, she enjoys it, but soon she starts feeling less excited. His attention becomes predictable. She doesn't have to earn it anymore, so it loses value. Now, another man gives her his attention selectively. He's kind, but not always available. He listens, but he doesn't over-explain himself. He has his own life and doesn't drop everything for her. That unpredictability creates emotional curiosity. And that's the kind of challenge women find irresistible. We don't want to win you easily. We want to feel that we've earned your respect and attention. It makes your presence more powerful. When a woman feels that emotional tension, that slight uncertainty, her loyalty deepens. Because now she's emotionally engaged. She's not chasing comfort. She's chasing connection. 6. She mirrors your energy, not your words. Women don't really respond to what you say. They respond to what you project. You can tell her you're confident, calm, or independent all day long, but if your energy says otherwise, she'll believe that instead, because women are emotional receivers. We feel energy before we understand it. That's why you can say all the right things, but if your tone, body language, or presence feels off, she'll sense it instantly. If you say you don't care that she's distant, but your behavior changes and you start over-texting, over-checking, or trying to get a reaction, she feels your insecurity, not your words. Women mirror what they feel, not what they hear. So if your energy is anxious, she'll feel uneasy. If your energy is grounded, she'll relax. If your vibe is desperate or clingy, she'll start to pull away. Not because she's cruel, but because the emotional tone you're setting doesn't feel safe or attractive to her. Think about it like this. When you're calm, confident, and emotionally stable, your energy tells her, "I've got me, and I don't need you to complete me." That energy allows her to trust you without words. It's what makes her soften, open up, and start to mirror that same stability back. But if your energy says, "I need you to validate me," she unconsciously mirrors that neediness through distance, coldness, or inconsistency. Here's what most men get wrong. They focus on the techniques, what to say, how to act, how to respond. But women pick up on emotional truth faster than logic. You can't act confident. You have to feel confident. You can't pretend to be indifferent. You have to be grounded enough that her behavior doesn't shake your center. That's why women often test men, not to manipulate, but to feel their emotional temperature. She wants to see if your words match your energy. Do you say you're done, but still come running when she pulls away? Do you say you're confident, but crumble when she gets distant? Those little moments tell her everything about your foundation. If your energy stays consistent, calm, masculine, and unbothered, she mirrors that peace. Suddenly she feels drawn back in. She starts chasing you, not because of what you said, but because your energy felt trustworthy again. So stop obsessing over saying the right things. Focus on being the right energy. The energy that says, "I'm in control of me." Because women don't remember every word you said. They remember how they felt when you were around. And when your energy is solid, she'll naturally start matching it without even realizing it. That's the beauty of feminine psychology. She's not reacting to your script, she's responding to your state. 7. Stop trying to earn her loyalty. Here's a truth most men don't want to face. You will never earn a woman's loyalty by trying to prove that you deserve it. The harder you try to convince her you're worth her time, the faster she'll lose respect for you. Because when a man moves from a place of proving, he's no longer leading, he's performing. Women don't fall for effort, they fall for energy. And when your energy screams, "Please notice me," even in subtle ways, she senses it. You might think being consistent, generous, and emotionally available will guarantee her loyalty. But if she doesn't feel your value without all that, none of it sticks. A woman's loyalty can't be bought, earned, or negotiated. It's inspired. And the moment you start working overtime for it, she stops feeling drawn to you and starts feeling like she's in control. The dynamic shifts. You become the pursuer, the pleaser, the one trying to hold things together, while she relaxes into power. Here's the twist. Loyalty isn't about how much she cares about you. It's about how much she respects you. A woman can love you and still disrespect you if she senses weakness. But she'll stay loyal to a man she respects, even if he's not perfect, because respect keeps her emotionally invested. So when you start begging for loyalty through action, always chasing her validation, fixing her moods, or trying to win her back. You teach her that she can give you less and still keep you. That's when the relationship becomes one-sided. She starts testing how much she can get away with, and every time you fold, she loses just a little more admiration. But when a man knows his worth, when he stops asking for loyalty and starts expecting it through his presence and boundaries, the entire game changes. A woman naturally aligns herself with a man she can respect, because deep down, she wants to follow his energy, not his effort.
Think about it. The men women stay loyal to aren't the ones who did the most. They're the ones who had the strongest emotional frame, the ones who didn't chase, who didn't settle for being half-chosen, who didn't compete for affection. They stood firm in the truth that loyalty is something that flows both ways or not at all. Stop trying to earn her loyalty. Start embodying the kind of man who attracts it. Be consistent, but not desperate. Be giving, but not self-sacrificing. Be available, but not at the cost of your self-respect, because the moment you realize that loyalty must be freely given, not fought for, you'll stop chasing women who don't see your value and start attracting women who already do. And that's the shift that separates the man she uses from the man she never forgets.
Let me leave you with this. Women don't stay loyal to what you do for them. They stay loyal to how you make them feel about you, not through gifts, attention, or endless effort, but through your energy, through the sense of calm, direction, and certainty that only a grounded man can give. That's what she trusts. That's what she follows. If you take nothing else from this, remember this one truth. A woman's loyalty is emotional, but it's not emotional the way men think. She doesn't stay because she's comfortable. She stays because she believes in you. Because when she looks at you, she feels safe, excited, and proud of the man standing beside her. And that kind of loyalty can't be forced or bought. It's earned, day by day, through your consistency, self-respect, and emotional strength. So ask yourself, are you trying to convince a woman to stay? Or are you living in a way that naturally makes her want to? The first comes from fear. The second comes from power. If this hit you, drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts. I actually read what you write, and I want to hear your side. Have you ever given everything to a woman who still walked away? Or noticed that when you stopped chasing, she suddenly came back? Let's talk about it. Because understanding this difference between effort and energy changes everything about how women see you. Real loyalty doesn't come from what you give her. It comes from what she feels when she's with you.